And we're live. All right. First off, is the sound working? So, whenever you're doing something like this, you always have some technical issues to get to work around, especially when you first are starting something you're not typically doing, like YouTube live streams. And in this case, it happened to be just pushing this stupid button down here. So now that we got that taken care of, let's go ahead and do some questions and answers. And if anyone has any, send them in the links. Not in the link, send them in the live chat. But as people start rolling in here, I've got a few to go through on my own from a Q&A I did on Instagram, which that is quite the audience. Holy shit. If you ever want to get told everything that you're doing wrong, like telling people to have one monogamous partner or shit like that, go on Instagram. They'll let you know. But all right, so I get this question a lot, like way more than I would thought I would ever get. I don't know if it's the failing education system or the lack of male fathers, but a lot of these questions may seem obvious to you, but trust me, they are not obvious to everyone. So first off, friends with the ex. No, I don't know why anybody would want to be friends with their ex. It makes absolute zero sense to me. I don't know if it comes from like, am I going to get back together with her again? Or if it's more of a, I just want to show that I'm not hurt and that I can still be friends with her. But either way, it's a waste of time. It's in the past. Move on with your life and move on to better things. All right. Another one that I see this one constantly in my DMs on Twitter, how to handle rejection or getting sent to the friend zone, which is essentially the same thing, right? So rejection sucks. Like, I'm not gonna downplay that. I think it's, especially if you're younger, you're not used to it. It's the kind of thing that causes a lot of guys to want to not approach, which is never a good thing. So the best way you can handle rejection is to have more options available to you. So how do you do that? It's not like a quick and easy fix, but getting in better shape, going out and talking to more people, being social. It's these guys that spend, I know it's 2020, but these guys that spend all day inside playing video games, and then they smoke weed or drink beer all weekend. Like, you're not giving yourself opportunities. So even if you are like a man worth pursuing, like what chance do you have of having options if you're constantly talking to people online and nothing else? So I get it. It's a tough year to go out and do pretty much anything that's not virtual. But let's just assume that life's not going to last forever. So, but give yourself more options, give yourselves more potential to meet people, and you're not going to care as much about the rejection. With the whole let's just be friends, friend zone thing, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I get it. It's frustrating, but as you become a more high value person, you're not going to run into it that often. Also, what are the odds that, every person that you meet is going to be the one or even interested in you? It's like sales. That's one of the best things about getting into sales is you start understanding the numbers behind going after girls. So even if you have a great product, even if you have something that everyone needs, everyone wants, the fact is you're going to get told no a lot. Same's true in the dating world. If you think that you're this fantastic dude and you're a total catch or whatever, maybe you are hot shit compared to her, you're still going to get told no a lot. And it might not even be your fault. She might be married. She might already have a boyfriend. Maybe she's dating Tom Brady. I don't know. But, the idea that you can't handle a no, you can't handle a let's just be friends, like, you got to learn to move past that shit. So sorry, I'm probably dragging on that question. Anyway, meeting women in a small town. This is a hard question to answer, and it's something I've dealt with. It's damn near impossible. My advice to you would be either online dating, which sucks, or going out into the real world and into not the real world, but going into a bigger city because that's where all the girls are. You're not going to find a lot of girls in small towns, and the ones that you do find that are worth a damn are usually already snatched up. Um, let's see what else we got. Signs of manliness. I kind of get annoyed at answering this question because I feel like I write about it all the time. Um, but I try to answer it in a way that's different than what most people are saying. The one that trips people up a lot is strength. And I don't bend on this. I think a man needs to be strong. Now, you can say that means whatever you want. That's fine. But, at the end of the day, I think you need to know. I think you need to be capable of, one, defending your girl, and two, being able to like take care of your kids. And that might mean picking them up and throwing them around. If these guys that say that strength doesn't matter, it's a cop out. It's coping. If let's say your house is on fire and the kids are sleeping, like, and you can't wake them up, you're gonna tell me that strength doesn't matter? Like, I know it's an extreme example, but the amount of times in my life where being like reasonably strong has been useful is way too numerous to count. It's constant. A man needs to be strong, and if you're not strong, that's okay, but it's something you should work on. And I don't know anybody that will disagree on that. And yeah, you might say like, "Oh, my girlfriend doesn't care. She likes the way I look." Bullshit. I'm telling you, you start packing on the muscles, you'll notice a difference. What else defines manliness? Honor. I think that's a big one. Being someone that people can trust, being honorable. I've written about this before too, but it's a complicated thing to answer. It basically comes up to just being like a good man. If you say you're going to do something, then you do it. If you tell someone you're going to help them out with moving, don't bail out on them, no matter what your excuse is, unless it's something really extreme. I could do a whole video on that one. So let's go on to the next question. Best way to meet people when everything is closed because Corona and an overpowered governor. I probably should have skipped that question. Is everything really closed? I don't know. It depends where you are, maybe. So where I'm at, some things are closed. I talked to other people, and it sounds like certain things are closed. So I'm willing to bet that there's something that's open. But, in some of the more extreme cases, your best bet might be to go online. That might be the only way to meet people. Finding local groups on Facebook, it might be a good way to just talk to people. Finding people that have like a similar interest, see what they're doing, see what other people are doing right now during all this. Okay. I am going to the gym, but I still hate myself for being fat. That's a tough one. I think you got two choices on that one. One, and you might have to do this because of the year, work out at home until you feel a little bit better about yourself. And two, I don't think there's as many people as you think even noticing you. This idea that fat people are hated at the gym is ridiculous. Fat people are not hated anywhere. I mean, they are, but not when they're trying to improve themselves. No one's going to look at a guy that's running down the side of the road and say, "Oh my God, look at this guy." They're going to be impressed. Like, look at that guy. He's busting his ass. And then they're going to feel bad about themselves. They're like, "Man, I can't believe I skipped my workout today. That guy's out there." That's what they're going to think. So being fat's not a death sentence, and you shouldn't be so self-conscious. And trust me, pretty much everybody is self-conscious about something, including me. Trust me. What should I send as a first DM to the girl that I like? I don't like this question because it's a trap. Like, you shouldn't be hitting on a girl through a DM. I'm not saying you can't do it, but like the first thing you should be doing is talk to them in person. These guys are this weird mentality that you talk to a girl, you just kind of hang around, and eventually something's going to happen. It never happens. Every relationship I have ever been in, with like one or two exceptions, has always been immediate. And if it wasn't immediate, the spark was immediate, and we couldn't do it for other reasons. Maybe one of us was in a relationship or something. that's a perfect reason to wait and then talk, and eventually something happens. But in my experience, you know what's going to happen in the first 5 minutes. She knows what's going to happen in the first 5 minutes. That's when you make your move. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to stick your tongue down her throat in 5 minutes, but you should make it very clear what your intentions are. You should say, hey, I'm not doing anything Saturday. Want to go out and grab something to eat or whatever. And don't do this thing where you act like it's not a date. Like let's go do something sometime. I hate when people say that because it's not just the dating world. I get it all the time with business with this Path to Manliness thing. People are like, hey man, we should collaborate sometime. And my response is always the same. Totally. And when sometime comes around, I respond, but it's not on my calendar, so I haven't responded to those people yet. And that's what happens with these girls too. They hear you say sometime something. It's all so what's the word? Indecisive. Girls hate guys that are indecisive because girls are indecisive. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. So the next time you hear your girl say, what do you want to do this weekend? Or where do you want to go out to eat? You better have an answer. Girls don't like a guy that can't figure out what to do. And even if it's the wrong answer, a wrong answer is better than no answer. Let's see. How can I improve my social skills? That's a good question. And it's not an easy answer. So I knew this guy. Actually, I know a few guys that kind of fit this mold. But I knew this guy that would go around and talk to literally everyone. I'm not talking about like the hot girls that he saw at the bar. I mean, everyone. We'd be waiting in line to get a sandwich at Jimmy John's, and he would talk to somebody, say, hey, what kind of sandwich you get? That looks really good. And they would just kind of casually talk, and that might be the end of it. And other times, like, we'd be driving down the road, and he would start talking to the toll booth girl and like asking questions. Hey, how you doing today? You keeping warm in there? You got a space heater? That looks pretty nice. Just like little bullshit. And it was like he was just trying to get like a little glimmer of happiness in that person's life. And I thought that was really cool. So my point to that whole little story is just, if you don't feel like you know how to socialize with people, start socializing with people that you have no investment in. So, like, let's say you want to talk to the cute girl, but you don't have the social skills that you think you need or whatever. You're going to be nervous. It's going to be hard. There's a lot at stake, right? But if you're ordering a burger at whatever restaurant you're at, if they're open, why don't you just casually mention a conversation up there? Like, say something simple, just keep it light, and just go from there. And if you screw up the conversation, if you're awkward, if you're fumbling over the words, just go get a burger somewhere else next time. You don't have to see them again. There's no what do you call it? There's no risk. All right, so we got an actual question in. I put on a few extra pounds this year, although I've also been lifting more. But I think for starters, like, take it easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up so much, because just about everyone is having a hard time this year. So it's a new year in 10 days, 9 days, and we're going to hit it hard, and we're going to fix this. So how do you be consistent? There's a lot of ways that I can answer this. There's just different things that work for everyone. The easiest thing for me has always been to start small. So when I get done with this chat, which is probably going to be pretty soon, although I am enjoying this, I'm going to go for a run. And the problem with my runs now is they tend to be kind of long. So I can't tell myself I'm going to go run a half marathon, or I'm going to even run 5 miles, because I don't want to do it. And the funny thing is I actually do. But when I tell myself I'm going to go for a run, it sounds like too much. So what I do is say, I'm going to go put my shoes on. I'm going to get in the car, and I'm going to go drive to this trail that I like. I'm going to run, I don't know, maybe a mile. And I'll see how that feels. So instead of trying to convince yourself to say, I'm going to do something really, really tough, like make the task as small as possible, make the barrier to entry so easy. Instead of saying I'm going to go work out, say I'm going to put my gym clothes on and I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do 1 set of bench press. And I know I'm not the only one, but it's so hard to get off the couch or to get off the bed and to start doing what you know you need to do. But the second you're there, the second you've ran that first mile or you've done that first set of curls, you're in the moment, you're loving it, you want to keep going. Makes it way, way, way easier to do more. Same thing with writing. I never set out to write a blog post. It's usually um, I am going to write a few words. I'm going to write a couple lines, and then somehow it just kind of keeps going. I didn't really want to do this chat. I don't necessarily feel as comfortable talking on video as much as I like to just write. But I want to change some things up this year. I want to challenge myself in new ways. And my first thought was I'm going to do like a little 5-minute chat. So here we are, 16 minutes in, way longer than I anticipated. But that's fine. And like everything else, these will get better as they go along. So I'll start doing more of these. The other thing that I want to add to that is, and this is, you may have heard this before, but it's a really cool idea. Jerry Seinfeld has this thing called Breaking the X, where he takes a calendar. It helps if you have a physical one, like this one over there. And you say you're going to do something. So this January, I'm going to do dry January. It's sober October, but fuck sober October and January. I don't like doing it. January makes more sense to me. So I'm going to try it out in January this year. And after the first rolls by, if I don't drink anything, I'm going to put an X up on the first day. And then the next day, if you can do it, you do it again. And once you start seeing that chain of X's, it becomes this thing where it's like, I don't want today to be the day where I screw it up. And even if you do, you do. It's okay. But you're going to look back at the month and you're going to feel a lot better about yourself the longer the chain is. And let's say you go 6 days and then you drink because it's Friday and it's someone's birthday or whatever it happens. Start over. Now you've got a goal. Like, instead of trying to be perfect, just try to be better. So shoot for 7 days. See if you can do that. And just keep trying to beat yourself. A lot of people, I don't know if you heard that, but that was my dog, not a llama. Anyway, so the point is, try to beat yourself. Don't try to be perfect. I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. It's something I struggle with a lot. There's a lot of times where I want to do something and I'm waiting until it's perfect, and it just never is. This video did not go as well as I expected it to. Like I forgot to press this button on this thing over here that connects my microphone to my computer, so the audio wasn't working at first. But these things happen, so whatever. Anyway, that was fun. We'll do more of these, I think. I'm gonna do some more YouTube content, and if anyone's got any suggestions what they want to see, I'm open to some different ideas, because I don't mind making like a more high effort video once in a while, but it's something I can't do more than once a month. But I'd like to pump out, I don't know, maybe a video a week. So the two ideas that I've kind of had in mind for that, one is something like this, where I just do like a Q&A thing and people jump in, because it's kind of annoying. I don't love answering questions in the DMs. I don't mind it sometimes, but some of the questions are dumb. Some of the questions are repetitive. No offense, keep sending them in. They're helpful. But when I respond to them, I don't know if it's actually helpful or not. But if someone's going to ask me a question on a YouTube live stream and then I respond to it, it's not just helping one person. It might be helping 10 other people that are silently struggling with the actual problem. So the Q&A thing's one thing I might do. Maybe it'll be a monthly thing, maybe a weekly thing. We'll see how it feels. The other idea is maybe just kind of recapping what's going on. Here's what people are bitching about today. Here's what people are struggling with. Here's what I'm struggling with. Maybe it'll be something like that. And I might even have a guest to kind of keep things going along with that. So anyway, there'll probably be shorter videos in this. I want to do like more like 10-minute videos, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. So I'm glad I entertained the few of you that were here, and like everything else, this thing will grow. So I'm not worried. But for everyone that did watch this, thank you. If you want to give me a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, just maybe quietly tell me in the DMs. And subscribe, because I am going to start pumping out more YouTube content. And we're going to grow this channel. It's going to get big. It's going to get big fast. And if you don't believe me, look what I did with Instagram over the last year. So thanks for watching. We're going to have a much better year in 2021, including me. And if you want to join me on a sober month in January, the Spartan Tribe, we are going to be doing that challenge together. We've got a private Telegram channel. And if you want to join that, I'll post a link here. I'm glad you appreciate it, by the way. In the comments on here, I'll post a link, and special code for people that actually watch the video. If you use the word AGOGE, AGOGE, you can get 50% off. And that's also something that's going to be growing a lot this year. So anyway, I'm getting long-winded. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have an awesome day. Cool, man.